Bung Bung. Welcome to the Poddy is brought to you by Bung Bung Coffee. You don't get better coffee than this. Delivered directly to your door, might I add. This is some of the best coffee from the best coffee countries in the world. We're talking Honduras, Peru, Brazil, Colombia. All mixed into a blend, roasted to perfection, giving you a modern dark roast flavor. It is unbelievable, and like I said, it gets delivered straight to your door. You don't have to go look for it. Go to www.bungbungcoffee.com, and because you're a listener of the Welcome to the Poddy podcast, you get 15% off all orders if you enter promo code Poddy. That's PODDY at bungbungcoffee.com. That's BUNG coffee.com. Premium coffee delivered straight to your door. If you want to support the show, go to claymcmathcomedy.com. Buy tickets to my shows, buy merch, listen to the show, share the show, tell a friend to tell a friend, and you could instantly win the monthly draw, to win free merch. Free merch. Isn't that beautiful? All you got to do is share the show and you could win free merch. claymcmathcomedy.com. That's CLAYMCMATH comedy.com. Share the show. Let's go.
Welcome to the party. Best show on the internet. Ask anybody. You know it's easy money. Sit back, relax, get your headphones, everybody. Welcome to the party. Blackout in the booth. Every episode's a party. We go hard like Ricky Bobby. Tell a friend to tell a friend. This is Welcome to the Party.
Welcome to the Poddy, Bung Bung. It's your man Claytron, aka the Big Boss Man, aka the Clumsy Jeweler, because I'm always dropping gems, aka the Milkman, because I always deliver, aka the PhD of podcasting, the Magnum PI of podcasting, the Captain, the Simone Biles of podcasting. And I'm here with the LeBron James of podcasting, because we are the GOATs in our field, apparently. You've been watching much of the old Olympics?
Yeah, man. Been checking in when I can.
Bit devastating that I had to reference the US team and not the Australian team there.
I was hoping I'd be the Turkish shooter. You seen that?
Oh, yeah. I saw that guy.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. I was sexually attracted to the Korean shooter with the backwards hat.
I haven't seen him.
Oh, it's a female. But thank you. Oh, man. We got a clip already?
Still waking up. Need some more of this coffee.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Bung Bung Coffee. But yeah, dude, that Hitman was a legend. He got silver. I don't know if this Korean lady got gold or whatever, but she was so swagged out.
Is this the same type of shooting, like the air shooting?
Yeah, the pistol.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she had just the utmost swag with this backwards hat and just her whole attitude. Man, I was into her big time. Bigger time, man.
Kim Yeji.
Maybe, yeah, probably.
Let's roll with it.
Yeah, it sounds like. Yeah, man, the Olympics. For some reason this year, I feel like the Olympics has made a comeback. I think for the last few Olympics, people just really haven't really been given a damn.
Yeah, Tokyo was a weird one with the COVID delay.
Yeah. So what year did that happen?
Happened in 21.
21, but they still call it the 2020 Olympics, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one got delayed, and then the 16, where was that? Rio,
London before that.
Yeah, I don't know that people have really been caring about the Olympics as much, but this year it feels like it's got some magic to it. It's back. I think people were.
Did you watch the opening ceremony?
No, I heard that was divisive.
Yeah, wasn't a huge fan of it.
Something to do with the Last Supper or something?
Yeah, there was that part of it. That was pretty whack.
And it was all like LGBTQ or something vibes. I don't want to get into this, but we're really just catering to that group, aren't we now? Just for everything.
It does seem that way.
Why can't man. Like, why can't we just give them their own Olympics or something, like the Paralympics, you know? They've got instead of having like, you know, people with one arm at the opening ceremony artwork thing, they just have their own Olympics. But then the trans thing has to, or LGBTQ thing has to be the whole, like, let's make sure these people feel included. Why wasn't it all just Africans or black people, or
maybe next year,
or, you know, there's a war going on. Why wasn't it about the Palestinians or the Jews? You know, if you really want to just like be on the nose about it, whatever.
Yeah.
I didn't see it, so I can't really.
Okay. Yeah, it was a little bit different to the other opening ceremonies. I feel like the past few years it mainly sort of takes place in the brand new stadium.
Yeah, and they did it on the
country just kind of like shows off their new toy, I guess. But this year it was along the river.
Yeah. And was this the river that's poisoned and like people doing the triathlon like came out vomiting and all that?
I think so. I think they've had to delay one of the events because the river wasn't clean enough yet.
Yeah,
so
not
apparently
poison.
they're gonna do that overnight. They're gonna clean it and get it ready. For
Yeah,
that
in
event.
one night. Yeah, not poison. I meant polluted.
Polluted.
Yeah. The hitman didn't go in there and like open a vial of whatever in there. But yeah, what have you been enjoying other than the shooting?
Trying to catch the Boomers games as often as possible. And just whichever basketball's on, really. Try and watch that.
Yeah, and we've just made it through. We, as in the Boomers, have just made it through to the next round.
Yeah, got pretty lucky with some other results in pool play and got through to the next round with Canada.
Who's been impressive for us? Anyone? Giddy?
Giddy's been playing pretty well. Bit of a shocker against Greece, but apart from that, he played pretty well in the other games.
Yeah.
Landau's been consistent. Daniel's been playing decently too.
Oh, yeah?
Defensively, anyway.
Yeah. And who's been the best like team so far? Is it US?
Yeah. So I haven't watched their games though because they've been on at really shitty times for us.
Yeah, right. I saw Jamal Murray's like cumulative stats are looking really bad for Canada.
Yeah,
10% from 3.
Just saves his best work for the Lakers.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
Yeah, because I thought Canada was going to be one of them ones.
I think they
still are.
They still are, man. They're undefeated so far.
Yeah, but they got popped by the US in exhibition play. US obviously are going to medal, but I just don't want them to get gold. I just want someone else.
Just can't see anyone knocking them off.
Nah, but you know, people just have like epic runs sometimes, and just like go crazy. But we'll just have to see what happens.
We'll see. Yeah, elimination tournament, no playoffs, so anything can happen.
I've been watching like not like obscure stuff, but like obviously stuff that you don't get to see usually. So I've seen men and women's hockey, air hockey, field hockey.
Field hockey, yeah.
I think we're pretty good at that.
Yeah, Australia tends to be pretty good.
Yeah, I saw like the canoeing that what was her name? Maybe Jess something. She got a gold anyway for Australia.
I like the slalom.
Yeah,
it's pretty. Yeah, it's a cool event.
Yeah,
I like watching that.
Yeah. I just don't know what they do with that facility for the rest of time after the Olympics. Is it dismantled or?
That's a good question.
Surely it's not utilized if it's left there.
Yeah, well, hopefully they turn the water off overnight. Imagine that go through a bit of power.
Yeah,
it's pretty epic facility for like just such a temporary event.
Yeah, like even like the big stuff that they create, like the hockey facility, the new stadium. Surely that's just not getting utilized like frequently, ongoing.
I didn't even realize they got a new stadium.
I don't know if they did, but like I know a lot of.
I don't think they did because Paris they've been getting a bit of praise for like not building infrastructure that's unnecessary just for the Olympics.
Yeah, and you know giving athletes cardboard beds and all that.
Yeah, maybe not getting praise for that. I mean, some people would be.
Some people would be frothing over that. Yeah.
But no, it's supposed to be like one of the most sustainable Olympics hosted in modern history.
Yeah, right. Because usually when you enter the bidding process, I don't know how often that happens because I think they've got them locked in for like
it's like
decades,
8 to 12 years in advance.
Yeah. So when you enter that process, it's like, what are you going to have ready to go by this year? And people are just like, we've got this much money to spend on this, and we're going to have this. And yeah. So it's pretty, a lot of the time people are really building, you know, something that can host a worldwide event like that. But yeah, that's pretty cool that Paris didn't have to do that.
Yeah, I think that's what helped them win the bid as well.
Yeah.
Just because there's been some like negative publicity around places like Rio and Athens in the past where they've spent all this money and then a few years after the games it's just all gone derelict.
Yeah.
And they don't have the money to like keep sustaining it.
That's hilarious. Athens, filled with ruins, builds modern ruins.
Build some more. Yeah. There you go.
What else have I seen, man? I've been, you know, Kenny rules the TV, so I'm still watching Bluey most of the time. But
Gymnastics? Did you watch any of the?
No, I haven't caught any of it. I'm devastated.
Man, Simone Biles is a beast.
I've
never really like watched it or like you see it now and then in the Olympics.
I really want to watch her doco on Netflix.
So I've heard that's really good.
Yeah. But yeah, she's.
Just the tricks she does, man. It's unbelievable.
I think she's got 7 or 8 moves named after her.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, diving. I've seen synchronized diving.
Yeah.
I've caught a couple of swimming events. Just not into the swimming. It used to be like one of my faves. I'm just not into it at the moment. Oh, I saw a woman's high jump. Yeah, track and field is probably my favorite.
Yeah,
in the Olympics. So
that starts to ramp up in week 2 usually.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that I can catch some of it. Otherwise, I don't know. 9 Now I'm sure has replays and all of that. Yeah. But I guess it's a good time. The movie we're watching this week, I guess it'll be in the episode title, so I can say it. But it's not an Olympic movie. It's just Beverly Hills Cop, Axel F. But it would be a good time to do an Olympic movie. But I thought we'd go through our own lists of what our top five Olympic movies that we've seen are, and see if we can create a little bit of a list for the people. So, what's your best Olympic movie, do you think?
For me, it is The Boys in the Boat.
What's that one? I don't think I've seen that. So that gets 5?
For me, that gets 5 points. Yep. So it's set in I think it's around the 30s, and it's about the US putting together their rowing team.
Yep.
I guess so. It's team rowing. Well, it's not really about putting their team together. It's like collegiate rowing.
Yep. Okay.
And then it was just the best collegiate team back then would get sent over to the Olympics to represent the US.
See, I like that. I think that's what every sport should be. Every country is doesn't have to be collegiate, but the Boston Celtics should have got sent. And then FC Barcelona or whoever won the EuroLeague or.
So what do you do with Boston as an example? Are we just taking Kristaps out of it?
Yeah. So then you host tryouts for the spots that get taken away by people that aren't from the country. Yeah. So if
just bring in Anthony Davis to play for the Celtics in the Olympics.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. I think that'd be super cool.
It's the only way Jaylen Brown's getting a gig.
yeah, dude. Unbelievable.
So crazy.
They chose Derek White
over the conference and finals MVP.
Yeah.
They chose 3 of his teammates over him.
Unbelievable. Do you think it's Nike based?
Oh, it has to be. Someone's got an issue with Jaylen Brown.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And then Jason Tatum just not getting any click.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Yeah. I'm glad Joel Embiid's eating it.
Yeah, it'd be so humbling, hey?
Yeah.
Not getting off the bench.
Yeah.
Thinking you're that dude and you cannot even get off the bench.
It's important. It's important for some people to get that feeling.
For sure.
Yeah. It's good that like I said, I haven't watched a lot of the basketball, but from what I have seen, foul baiting is not being rewarded.
I love the way it's being called.
Yeah.
In the Olympics.
So
just letting them play.
Yeah, I hope Adam Silver's paying some sort of attention. I'm not saying go FIBA rules, but and I know they said they were getting rid of foul baiting, but they didn't. But yeah, just watching that idiot hit the deck over and over again from no contact and whine for calls and not get them is very rewarding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else? It's a lot more physical.
Yeah.
And also, but I don't know about the whole goaltending thing. That's taken me a while to get used to.
Off the rim?
Just being able to tap the ball off the rim.
That's what we've always played here. I guess, sometimes you're not playing at a level where there's guys that can do that, but that's our rules. We play FIBA rules.
I feel like it's a little bit different though. Say I was to go up for a layup and it comes off the backboard, you're not allowed to then touch it, are you?
No, off the rim you can.
Yeah, but off the backboard, they're allowed to swat it in this.
Oh.
Unless they've just been getting away with it. But I'm pretty sure the rule in this tournament is if someone goes for a layup, you can pin it at the same time or after.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So that's been a bit of a game changer to watch.
Yeah, wow. That's annoying, actually.
Yeah, I don't like that.
No. But also, get there quicker. I don't know.
Dunk it.
Dunk it, yeah.
Don't give them the option.
Yeah, go harder. Yeah. All right, so Boys in the Boat, you've given 5. I've gone with Foxcatcher.
Okay.
for 5. That's been reviewed by the Welcome to the Poddy podcast. That's just phenomenal wrestling movie. What have you got for 4 votes?
I actually had that for 4 votes.
For 4? Oh, what have I got for 4? Miracle. So that's Winter Olympics, but it's slim pickings. So
what's that one about?
US hockey team playing the Russian team, who was like the guys, and I think US overcame adversity and all that. Yeah, so that's a banger. What have you got for 3?
3, I've got classic Cool Runnings.
Cool Runnings, obviously the Jamaican bobsled team. Unbelievable. Who'd have thunk it?
Crazy story.
Yeah. My 3 is Richard Jewell.
Okay, what's that
So
one?
he was a security guard at the Atlanta Olympics, maybe 80,
What's that?
88? No.
96?
96?
I don't,
Yeah.
let me fact check that.
I
You
think
can keep going.
I think you could be right there, but
Yeah.
he was a security guard and he stopped a bombing attempt. But then he got blamed. They thought he was in on it. Like, how'd he know? He's just this fat idiot. The media destroyed him, destroyed his reputation, his career, and then it ended up that he really like saved the Olympics, basically. It's a great movie. It's a pretty cool story. It's pretty sad that like something like that happened, and like shows what the media can do to people. 2?
2, I've got Blades of Glory.
I got Blaze of Glory at 2 as well. Obviously the famous ice skating movie. Will Ferrell and John Heder, Napoleon Dynamite. Yeah, just a classic comedy. Fantastic movie. And then what have you got for your 1 vote?
1, I've got Champions. Marcus, a former minor league basketball coach, receives a court order to coach a team of basketball players with intellectual disabilities.
Oh, I've seen this.
Have you
Oh,
done
Cool
it?
Runnings was my 1 vote.
You won. Okay.
Yep. Foxcatcher at number 1. Boys in the Boat, number 2. Blades of Glory, Miracle, Cool Runnings, tied for number 3. And that's 5 movies. That's our top 5. What a list. And what a podcast. All right, let's get into Clay's reviews.
Comedy, action, or horror. Will this movie win an Oscar? Set design, directing, acting, lighting, or costumes. This segment is Clay's Reviews.
Thirst Trap, sparkling Australian spring water. Sustainable AF. There's nothing like a Thirst Trap spring water to wash down your movie snacks. Thirst Trap. Go get some. We're doing Beverly Hills Cop Axel F today.
Yeah, I'll give you the quick rundown. So, Axel Foley returns to Beverly Hills after his daughter's life is threatened and works with old pals John Taggart and Billy Rosewood to uncover a conspiracy. Original
Cast. Taggart and Rosewood were the famous scene of the stakeout, and Axel Foley puts bananas in their tailpipe and all that kind of stuff. Those are the 2 cops. They're back at it again. Obviously, Axel's back at it. The whole thing is just pure nostalgia, isn't it?
Yeah. Why would this film have an R rating?
Probably language. Like, it wasn't hectic.
Yeah,
but
it didn't seem that hectic.
No, the violence. There was a couple headshots.
Yeah, okay.
There was no sex.
No.
Which I want to get to because of the romance. There was like a romantic story that kind of like just never got addressed.
I've heard there's another one coming out, so maybe.
Oh, okay.
Maybe they were just planting the seed.
Oh, interesting. Oh, Joseph Gordon-Levitt is the guy in the next one.
He's carrying the torch.
Oh,
looks like he's been set up. We'll see.
Speaking of, he's a cutie, but I like him without a beard. I like his baby face, like in Inception.
Might be the most racially ambiguous person I've ever seen in my life.
He looks like he could have won the women's shooting, but
like I can never tell what his background is. Like, could pass as Mongolian, could be a Canadian dude, could be a Mexican. I don't know.
Yeah, like he's got his eyes are so squinty that he looks like there's something happening. Yeah, he could even be like Latin X.
Yeah, dude, he could fill a few different roles.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
You know who else? The guy from Dodgeball, like the dorky guy. I think his name's like Long, Jason Long, maybe? Is it Jason? And like Long sounds like an Asian last name, and he kind of looks Asian, but apparently he's got no Asian in him.
Justin Long.
Justin Long.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah, but I just feel just looking at him and then hearing his last name's Long, I'm just like, oh yeah, that guy definitely can, kick a board in half or something. Back to Beverly Hills Cop. We open up with him and his not even partner, I don't think.
Just dude who works at the same precinct.
Yeah, and they're foiling a crime by doing it the wrong way, doing hundreds of thousands of dollars of damage and all of that, and showing that Axel Foley's still doing what he does best, just going rogue and solving crimes. And then there's a reason for him to go back out to Beverly Hills to save or to help out Billy.
It's to help his daughter initially, isn't it?
Yeah, so Billy's got his daughter wrapped up in this case, and it's these guys mean business. So he comes out to help Billy and his daughter out. So he's back in Beverly Hills. And the first thing he does, he goes to Billy's office. Billy's a PI now, he's not a cop anymore. He goes to Billy's office and we see like the first glimpse of the baddies. And there's a big billboard above Billy's office / apartment. And it says, it's like a movie billboard, and it says syphilis explosion.
I thought that's what it said. As I was watching the film, I was like, did that just say that? But I didn't at the time I didn't care enough to rewind it. But
dude, okay. I was like, this is going to be a banger. If this is the kind of jokes they're putting in here this early, like that syphilis explosion it caught me off guard so bad. That was so funny, man. The classic tunes. I reckon the soundtrack might be the same as the original. Like all of it was just 80s bangers, plus the I can't even catch the tune in my head right now, but just the classic Beverly Hills. Yeah, that used to be my ringtone on my Nokia.
Yeah, that's a classic.
It cost me about $4 probably.
Oh, what, the old polyphonics?
You know how you could
you used to have to pay for them like Crazy Frog and
shit
that.
And you text. Well, this is before Crazy Frog because phones couldn't even do Crazy Frog back when I had it's just beeps.
Shit, we've been around for a while.
Beep, 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 beep. Yeah. I've been. I'm not that far removed from the original mobile phone, bro. If I was a little bit older, I would have had that briefcase and like the corded one in the car. Yeah. Oh, dude.
I never saw one of those in person. They look nuts though.
I think, and I could be misremembering this, but I think Mark Davis used to have a car phone.
Balling.
It was a black like drop top. I don't know if it was like a Mercedes or Beamer or could have been a Toyota for all I know, but he had a from what I'm remembering, he had a car phone. Yeah, so he gets to Beverly Hills, and the intro to Beverly Hills was a huge just diss on today's culture. Like all the...
I'm trying to remember it.
People dancing and selfies and feeding their dogs with chopsticks and just utter foolishness that is considered normal. And they just they called that out a little bit, which isn't like, it's not a genius move or whatever, but I'm sure if you're in Beverly Hills, you see it to a level that we don't see it here,
Yeah. Yeah, keep an eye out in a couple months.
Yeah.
I'm over there.
You know how like people put like cats and dogs in backpacks and shit like that. It was just like that kind of.
Bro, I saw that in Carolta Park.
Yeah. It's just wild, man. People like you. I guess you can accessorize anything.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, can I get my welcome to the Poddy chain? Better rock that. Let everybody know. I've had a few comments actually coming in about the hardware.
People trying to get some merch.
People are just happy that we're out here winning.
Did I ever tell you about that cat meetup I saw back when I was living in Carolta Park?
Cat meetup?
I feel like I would have.
Hit me with it.
You remember that townhouse I was living in? It was across from like the river and the park.
Yeah.
So 3 of us are upstairs one arvo just hanging out, and we look out the window and there's just like a bunch of people with cats on leashes in the park, which was wild, like nuts to begin with. And then looked a little bit closer, and one chick had one of those clear backpacks on and it had a cat in it. And it was just, I just wasn't ready for it, man.
I just don't get, like, that is such a confined space, eh?
I felt so bad for that cat.
Yeah, I don't care how many holes the backpack has in it. Like, the cat doesn't want to be in there.
Cats never want to be on leashes either.
No. And I get social groups and wanting to, be around people, like-minded individuals and stuff like that. And a lot of people get that with dogs. There's lots of dog groups and specific breeds. You meet up the GSP group and all that. But cats are different, man. They're just different.
So different.
If you want to be social with people, get a social animal. Get a dog. Otherwise, go to a cat cafe. Have you ever been to one of these cat cafes?
No, I'm not really interested.
No, I don't want hair floating down into my latte, even though I don't drink a latte, but you get it. But it seems pretty unhygienic, no?
Yeah, it does. These dog cafes look cool though. All these places, I don't know, I've got a few friends that have been to like these I think they're dog cafes in Japan. They look cool. You just get to go hang out. And
do people in Japan only have small dogs, do you think? Like, you don't have backyards and stuff in Japan, really, do you? Unless you got a farm. Like,
yeah, I wouldn't have thought so.
They live in pretty tight sitos.
Yeah. No, I feel like there'd be a range of dog sizes over there.
Yeah, they just train them to be mad, respectful, and
just
apologetic.
Wipe their feet before they enter the apartment.
Yeah.
All right, so what were we talking about?
We were talking. Oh yeah, so
the way they were painting Hollywood, I guess.
Yeah.
At the time. Yeah.
Then he gets arrested from there and ends up in the precinct with Taggart and Kevin Bacon. Grant, I think his name's Grant, maybe. And he's instantly the bad guy. You just know.
Straight away.
Yeah. And he walks out of there and he suspects him straight away. But like, don't you want a little bit more mystery? Don't you want there to be like, oh, I reckon he did it. Or maybe not. Maybe he did it.
Yeah, there was no question after that scene who the bad guy was.
Yeah. And there was a part where I thought maybe Taggart was involved.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, because he kept telling, what was Gordon-Levitt's name?
Bobby Abbott.
Abbott. I was about to say Atwood because I've been watching the OC, but Bobby Abbott. He's telling Bobby, like, just leave it alone, So it kind of felt like he knew and he was trying to sweep it under the rug, but the issue was the case was about a cop killer. And basically, if you're accused as a cop killer, cops don't want to look into it more. Mm-hmm. They just want you to go away. You're a cop killer, fuck you. But they were sort of trying to prove that this guy wasn't one, and so that's where he was coming from. But like for the viewer, I don't know if this is a spoiler, really. Not really, because I guess we know Kevin Bacon did it from the jump. But yeah, there was like a part of me that was like, oh shit, maybe Taggart's involved in this.
Yeah, I felt the same way. I thought he was in on it too.
Kevin Bacon is so good at acting, man.
Yeah, I can't remember the last thing I saw him in. Has he been on the scene?
Yeah, he did this TV show. I can't remember what it was called, but it went on for a bunch of seasons, and he was like I think he was a detective.
Okay. He's
been in everything, and that's why have you ever heard of 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon instead of 6 Degrees of Separation?
No.
So they reckon that if you pick any movie, you can get to another movie based on the actors of the movie. You can get to another movie within 6 movies that Kevin Bacon's been in.
Okay.
I guess you got to know your movies pretty well, though.
Yeah, I feel underqualified for this.
Yeah, for example, like if we went Foxcatcher, then we could go like Channing Tatum, Magic Mike, who then we could go to Matthew McConaughey, Yeah,
okay.
And you just go down the line and you can get to Kevin Bacon in 6, they reckon.
Yeah. I mean, I believe that. He's been doing it for a minute. So.
Yeah. But like I've always been a fan of Kevin Bacon, so I've watched a lot of his interviews and stuff, and he seems like the most salt of the earth guy. So nice and lovely, and like he's in like a happy marriage. He's got like a daughter that's like that also seems very well adjusted for somebody that's got a famous father. And then he's just like such a prick in this movie and believable. But he's like, he seems like I don't know the guy, but he just seems lovely. So I think he's a fucking great actor. Underrated. I want to say underappreciated, but I think he might be appreciated. He was in Footloose, for crying out loud.
I think he's appreciated.
Yeah.
Gets his flowers.
But yeah, speaking of, Kevin Bacon and his daughter, the Axel Foley and his daughter, the underlying story is like the estrangement between the two. And he's trying to like sort of repair this relationship and she's pushing him away. And a part of me just didn't quite believe that Axel Foley would be a deadbeat dad or a absentee father, because she even mentions when she's held captive, she mentions to Kevin Bacon, she says, Axel's focus is maniacal. You should be worried right now. And it's like, if this guy's got such focus, don't you think he would have made a huge effort to like maintain that relationship with his daughter?
I think the focus was just on
Only work related.
work, just solving crimes. The way it was painted in my eyes was just that, yeah, he can focus, but only when he wants to. And
right.
He always wants to focus on work.
Just fully focused on the law.
Yeah.
Just absolutely, just fully lawtistic. Yeah, okay. So that was really the only question of like the way the character was written, I suppose, because
he obviously didn't focus on his relationship with her mom or his relationship with her
because of work. It sounded like,
yeah.
But she had a really, for a silly goose movie, there was a really poignant line that she said, which I've written down. The parent is always the parent. The child is always the child. Which, because he said like, we're both at fault here. You didn't try to repair the relationship. And it's like, yeah, you're the fucking dad. You have to step up and make that move. Which is like, we talked off mic about some bullshit that's been going on personally, and it's like, yeah, sometimes it's not up to the kid to repair that. Well, it never is.
Yeah, she wasn't making it easy for him though. Like she wouldn't even give him a chance at the start, like for a lot of the movie.
Yeah.
Very dismissive. Just like how many times she hung up the phone on him when
he had to do 3 phone calls, and the last one was just like word vomit. Like, let me get it out.
Yeah.
He kind of tried to talk to her twice. She hung up, but she was answering. That's the thing. So like she was giving him a chance, kind of, and like slightly pushing away. First call, it says on her phone, BHPD, Beverly Hills Police Department. She answers, it's him. He calls back. It's the same number. Who's it going to be? She answers it. Listen to me very carefully. Hangs up. Calls again. She picks up. So like the door, she's keeping the door open.
Slightly ajar.
Yeah. And that's important for her to do, I think. And I think that's a lesson to anyone that sort of that goes through or is going through anything with family like that. Even when you're mad, you can express that anger or frustration or whatever emotion you're feeling, but also leave the door open enough for someone to make it right, which was basically the whole movie was centered around that. Then, yeah, so this Bobby, the Bobby character, it's played by Joseph Gordon-Levitt, so it's not going to be a nothing role. But it kind of almost was. They didn't really focus on him much. There was one scene where the two of them got to be like buddy cops, and that was when they both got arrested, then escaped and stole the helicopter. And that was pretty funny, that scene. But yeah, I was kind of expecting Joseph Gordon-Levitt to be a larger part of the film. Obviously, it's an Eddie Murphy vehicle, but I was expecting him to sort of be that Rosewood character and just be there the whole time, and he kind of wasn't. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, know what you're saying. I feel like there's going to be another one.
So where did you hear that?
I was listening to another podcast about this film, and yeah, they were, I don't know what their sources are, but they were pretty confident there's going to be another one.
With Eddie Murphy? Surely you don't do a Beverly Hills Cop without him.
I don't think you can do another one without him.
Mm.
Not yet, anyway.
So maybe the next one is more like those two are partners or something.
Yeah, I dare say.
He moves back to Beverly Hills to be with his daughter. So those two are partners.
Him and his son-in-law.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, they just didn't, they kept alluding to their relationship, and like obviously it happened and they broke up because she's got issues with cops. They take their work too serious. So she could never be with she could never be in a meaningful relationship with a cop. But like they were clearly, there was a spark there and it was like rekindling, but they just never, they never put a bow on it.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there was a lot more that could have been fleshed out in this film, but was there time to do it?
Yes, I thought it ran a little bit long for what it was as well.
Yeah, see, I thought it was a good length. I feel like anything longer and I probably would have started to my interest would have waned a bit.
Yeah. They ended it pretty abruptly.
Yeah.
But they had to. And I liked that they had the throwback scene right at the very end when Eddie Murphy gets into the car with Taggart and Rosewood. Because that was...
Oh, when they're staking him out.
Yeah, because that was like back in the day. When the bananas in the tailpipe scene. So that was, classic. But obviously there was the big final shootout and all of that. Just all the classic stuff that is, like a 90s action.
Yeah, I can't remember the chase scenes in like the original films, but were they always so slow? Was that like an ongoing joke in these films, or was it just this movie here where every like high speed chase was actually really slow and in a slow vehicle?
I didn't even think about that.
So there was the garbage.
The
snowplow at the start.
Yeah.
And then there was like the parking inspector's little golf buggy or whatever that was. There was a truck at one point. They were in the helicopter, but the dude didn't know how to fly it.
Yeah.
And they were going slow as.
Yeah.
And then they were on the go. Oh, Shooter McGavin making an appearance.
Yes.
Loved that.
Yeah.
Loved that. Anyway, they stole the golf buggy. So that's another slow vehicle.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I didn't
just
even
picked up on that as like an ongoing theme.
Yeah. I actually can't remember back in the day whether that was a thing or not. Shooter McGavin. So they're obviously filming
Happy Gilmore too.
Yeah. So that must have, I wonder if that was greenlit while this was shooting, and that's like a little, Easter egg.
Oh, if so, love it.
Yeah.
Thought that was great.
I guess Netflix must be doing Happy Gilmore too.
Yeah, I assume so.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty cool.
Mm.
And Taggart. Classic cop that hates being married. All he did was talk about, like, he gets a phone call from those two female, like, traffic cops about Foley and Abbott getting arrested. And his wife's yelling at him in the background, and the cop's like, "Are you okay?" And he's like, "Yeah, just never get married." And it's just like everything he says is just, Foley goes, "Oh, I'm surprised you're still doing it. You haven't retired." He's like, "Oh, I got married, and the last place I want to be is at home."
Yeah.
Ha ha ha. Like, just that classic shit. But that's what it needs to be. You can't make a remake of like a 90s classic and then just make it all like woke as well. And it like not that it's like anti-woke, but like you got to keep those old tropes in where like marriage is the worst or whatever. Well, that's funny.
Yeah, it's funny. It's true to the character.
Yeah.
And like films like this where you're like rebooting, I guess you got to do a bit of fan service.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like some modern reboots that just haven't landed because they've focused on the wrong shit. Because it's happened, but I just can't think of it right now.
In this other podcast I listened to, they said that one of the female cops that arrested Eddie's actually his daughter in real life. I thought that was interesting.
Oh, really?
He has heaps of kids, doesn't he?
I don't know.
I feel like Eddie Murphy's like famous for having lots of children.
Yeah, just an absolute stick man. 11 kids by 11 wives or something like that.
Yeah, on some Nick Cannon shit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. That's a new thing too. That's what Sandler's been doing. His latest movie, You're Not Invited to My Bat Mitzvah.
Is that out?
Yeah, it's on Netflix. It's like it's more for it's geared toward teenage girls, really.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, his daughters and wife are in it. His wife's in like almost everything, but his daughters are in that one.
Yeah, it's moved into the sports world now.
Yeah, shout out to Bronny.
Yeah. Have you ever? Axel Foley is pretty like renowned for just bullshitting his way through scenarios and just lying about who he is. Have you ever lied about your identity to get through a situation?
Yes, I have. Do you remember Royal Croquet Club?
Yep.
So at one of the first ones, it might have even been the first one, there was a huge line. Like this was when it was banging. And friend of the show, Steve, getting mentioned almost every episode. Because if you've got a show ticket, you can skip the line and just like go on in there. And we didn't have a show ticket. So we went to the front and Steve pretended to be my manager and I was a rapper from Chicago. And I just let him do the talking and I just basically was Mr. Too Cool for School and just stood there while he talked and like did the head nod and shit and they let us through.
Worst security ever.
Yeah, man. Do you remember the backpackers down the bay?
Yeah.
Do you remember the security guard, Steve?
Oh, I'm sure if I saw his face, I'd recognize him.
He was there most like Saturdays or Fridays or whenever we used to go there, but I just knew his name because other people knew his name and he would just let in chicks, like kiss on the cheek and you're in, you know? And I got in there just by acting like I knew him. And so I'll just be like, oh, Steve, what's good, brother? Like, go dap him up. And then he'd just, oh, what's good, man? Come on in. Like,
yeah.
And he was just like, just way too old to be like into young girls or guys, but he was into them.
Just love the attention.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, that's a little fakey I did to get in there as well. Have you?
Not through like conversation or anything, just using fake IDs. It's the only time I've ever not tried to be someone else, but pretended to be someone else.
Yeah. Even in the movie, Axel is checking into the motel and he's about to do it and he's just like, I'm too tired for this.
Yeah, it's like he's lost it.
Yeah, like he's aged out of it. Yeah, so that was a good little nod to that as well. Yeah, man. I mean, it's fun. It was a fun watch. I think it's got rewatchability. I'll probably see it again.
I kind of want to watch the first ones now because I don't think Hannah's seen any of them. So
that's fun.
They're not fresh in my memory either. So.
Yeah, I reckon I watched the first one probably within the last 12 months. Yeah. But I gave it a 7.
Okay, I gave it a 6.
6. Yeah, not bad. But you know what it is. It's welcome to the party on everything. Make sure you share the show. Make sure you go to claymcmathcomedy.com. Get some merch, no home loans. And tell a friend about the Welcome to the Poddy podcast. We love you guys. Make sure you love yourselves. And as always, bung bung.